Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are going to be doing kind of like a tutorial slash like first impression kind of thing. And the palette we're going to be using is the Morphe 24G palette. I actually think I hauled this a while ago, but I haven't actually used it yet. I've just been going through so many other palettes, and with packing and everything like that, it's a little crazy, which is also why please just like disregard everything that you're seeing in the background. I was trying to figure out something that would work, but like there's all suitcases over here, boxes back here, like I literally can't find a good filming setup, so this is what we're working with. I hope you don't mind. So this is what the 24G Grand Glam palette looks like. It's in Morphe's, like, you know, the newish packaging, which is cardboard. I love the little like paint swipe. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Detail. All the names are on this thing, which I hate those and I never keep them. And oh my gosh, can we just take a moment? Like, this is so stunning. So what I'm so excited about is I love just like murky brown shadows like that. I love like the peaches and the pinks. These shimmers are all literally right up my alley. Like, this palette is just, these tones are just so me. So I knew I had to get this palette. I got it from Ulta a little while ago, so I just kind of want to like play with it and do like not necessarily a tutorial, but not a tutorial, kind of like a first impression, I guess you would consider it. So we're pretty much just me playing with makeup today. Obviously the rest of my face is done, but I did want to show you guys what I was going to do with my eyes today. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and let's get started. So you guys can probably guess what I'm going to do first. Per usual, I'm going to take this like bone kind of shade right here, which I think is called Creamer. Yeah, that makes sense. It should be called Creamer. So that's just your typical, it's a little bit more like yellow than your typical bone shade, like maybe you can tell. It's got like a little bit more of like an orangey undertone, but it's pretty much the closest thing to like a matte bone shade that this palette has. So I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. What is that, like a zit? Like, what is that dot right there? I need to know. And I just put some concealer on my lids. Not really like to prime or anything, but just to cancel out on my veins and stuff. Oh shit, the window's open. I literally just realized that window is open right behind the camera, so I'm super sorry if it's been super like noisy at any point so far this video. I know we just started, but if it was noisy, I apologize. It should go away now. I'm just a little bit at a loss as to like what to do, because I literally want to play with every single shade in this palette, which obviously I don't think I could put all these shades in my eyes. So I'm trying to get some direction on like what I should do. But I think what I just want to start off with, kind of like I was just saying, I love these like kind of pukey brownish shades. This one is right next to Creamer, so that's called Frenchie. So I'm just gonna put that in the crease, and then hopefully that will like get me started to know what I want to do next. So there are a few things I really love about Morphe. The thing in particular that I love about this palette is just how oversized these pans are. It kind of gives me like Juvia's Place vibes. You know how they have like most of their palettes are just pan sizes this big. So there's something about oversized pans that just like draws me in. Like, I feel like if this was a regular size palette, not that I wouldn't be as interested, but like I was way more intrigued just because the pans were so huge. But also what I love about their shadows, you can kind of tell on Creamer and on Frenchie, like I just kind of, not like aggressively at all, but I just like dabbed my brush in them, and there's like no fallout, there's like no kick up. You can almost barely even tell that I dipped my brush in a few times. I just like the way that they pack their shadows. It's not like super like, I guess, densely packed, but definitely to a certain degree, because I just love when there's not a lot of kick up and it's not messy, you know? So lately I've been really liking doing kind of like a mix of warm and cool tones on my eyes. I'm just loving how that contrast works. So I think I want to grab this shade down here, which is called Flirty. It's kind of like a corally brown. Like, it's definitely, I think it would be considered like almost like terracotta. Like, it's in the brown family, but ooh, you see that? Oh my gosh. Okay, that is so pigmented, and it's like blending. It's almost like creamy in the sense that it's just like completely blending in with that Frenchie shade we put on. I wish I have to do like no work. So this is the cool tone shade that I was really wanting to use. This is a brownie, which is like a kind of almost, it's looking a little darker on camera, but it's like a grayish brown. It's like, it's almost a gray, but it has like brown to it, which is a little bit weird. But I'm taking this on just like a really tiny blending brush. Oh, and it almost looks, I don't know if you can tell, it almost looks kind of purple. It's like a grayish brownish, like with plum undertones, or something. Ooh. And as I'm sure you guys know, when you're kind of getting ready to do a halo eye, you can be like fairly messy with it, because after all, once we put the, you know, the center shade down and we blend everything together, you're gonna have to go back in with all the shades a couple more times. So we're mostly just trying to, you know, get the pigment drop down, and then we can perfect it later. Well, maybe not perfect it. My looks are never perfect by any means, but you know what I'm saying. So I just want to give you guys a close-up of what I'm doing so far, just because this is exactly what I was going for. We have like the, obviously the plummy kind of brown, and then you can kind of see like the warmth of like the peachy corally type color peeking out right above it. And then you can see it kind of fades right into like the mustardy brownish pukey color right above it. So we've got like this really nice transition with like cool and warm tones all playing with each other, and I love that, and that's what I'm totally going for. So now I need to pick a shimmer shade for the lid. I'll be back. So as you can probably guess, my first instinct is to go with like one of these shades up here. Like all of these are gorgeous. I'm especially drawn to this one and like these two here. But I think just to add like a fun pop of color and kind of work in some of the warmer tones back onto the lid, I think I want to try out this shade, which is called, okay, so this shade looks like it's called Sunshiny, which is kind of a cute name. And I think I'm just going to use my finger because I feel like that will work the best. And I'm going to plop that right into the, whoa, this is bold. I'm just going to plop that right in here. Oh, wow. Oh, heck yeah. That is like literally the color of fire. That is so cool. It almost looks a little bit more like metallic and orange than it does. The pan kind of makes it look like a burnt orange. And this is more like a fiery orange, which I like. So then, of course, like we always would, I'm just going to go back into the, like, such an awkward position, that grayish brownish shade. And I'm just going to blend over the edges again. And then we're probably going to end up reapplying that orangey shade again. And then I just kind of connected this brown shade in the middle. So now I get to dabble in one of those more typical highlight type shades that I would normally want to put on my lid. I think I'm going to highlight with this second shade here, which is called, I hate these. So I think I'm going to use the shade Glazed here, which is a little bit more of a champagne-y shade, whereas this one's a little bit more gold. And I'm going to put this on my brow bone and my inner corners. I think just for the lower lash line, which you guys know I don't really like to do much on the lower lash line, I'm just going to take that original shade that we blended to the crease, which was called, this was called Flirty. Okay, so I'm going to take Flirty and just drag a little bit of that under the lash line. I definitely don't want it to be like too dark or smoky or anything like that, but just add a little color. And since this is kind of like a warmish shade, it'll tie in with the top lid. Okay, so now I look a little bit crazy. I'm just gonna go do my mascara, tight line a little bit, my usual routine, and then I'll be right back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so I am back with my face all done. Sorry that the lighting keeps changing, it's super cloudy. So for my lashes, I just used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is actually the waterproof version. And then on my waterline, I have MAC Costa Riche, which I love this eyeliner. It's so good if you have like hazel or green eyes. It's like a really warm brown, which I thought kind of went with the look, and it just makes your eyes really pop. So I love this eyeliner. And then I tight lined, of course, with my L'Oreal just black kohl eyeliner on the top. And then on my lip, I just threw on Ofra's liquid lipstick in Dubai, which I love. It's like a brownish, palish nude. So this is the look up close. I love how the like orange on the bottom just like, I think it makes it look a little bit more sultry without making it like too smoky or too deep, you know what I mean? And same with the top lid. I just think this is such a good palette, and I feel like I'm going to use it so much. There's just so many shades to play with. I mean, I used like what, 4 or 5 today, and I just feel like there's a million more shades in here that I want to play with, and like different combinations, like especially with this pink and this like cranberry red, all of these shades, this like rose gold. I just feel like there's like endless looks to do with this, and I'm just obsessed with like the pan sizes. I swear, this is like just so aesthetically pleasing for me, don't you think? And like I was saying earlier, Morphe's formula is so good. The pigmentation is there, but it's not like overly pigmented where it's hard to work with. I kind of like when it's somewhere in the middle, so you can build it up and you have the option for that, but you also don't have to be like intimidated that you're gonna add too much right away. If you're a fan of Morphe shadows, I think this is, you know, just as good as any other palette. You definitely won't be disappointed. And if these are your tones, especially like warm tones and some pinks and stuff like that, this is like definitely up your alley. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here. And until next time, I will see you in our next video. Bye guys.